Alrighty. Good morning, everybody. Um, Welcome back to another fine edition of Streaming with Seth, or whatever. Um, so let's see. Give me a moment just to set things up. Oh, got rotated. That's interesting. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so today I was thinking we would make a a single-seater spacecraft, not interstellar spacecraft, but something like, I don't know, like the pod vehicles in 2001 or something, I guess. A ship that's used to go from like asteroid to asteroid, or to work on the exterior of the hulls of larger vehicles. A working vehicle versus a, a fighter or a transport or anything like that. Um, so we're going to go with, like I said, a single seater. Um, and I don't really want it to have that fighter look to it. We are upside down, right? Yes, can I rotate the whole thing? That looks like are we right side up now? And Z up. Is that Z up? I can't remember which one is blue, but we're going to call that Z up. Where's my center line? There's my center line. Okay. So let's, yeah, that looks like we're roughly straight up and down. I try to make these things as vertical as possible. I can always rotate them later, but it's just easier if it's straight to start with. So let's start with some kind of a sketch. So we're going to want, there's our guy. Um, that's our that's our suit guy. And I'm not going to leave him in here, but just so we get the scale right. There's the seat, cockpit area, make it a bit bigger. So that's sort of our profile that we need to fit inside this thing one way or another. And then I'm thinking, so we do something like that, maybe? I kind of did something similar before, but I want to see if I can make it a little bit more industrial shaped this time. I'll go a little slower. There's the cage. And a little bit bigger. So that's our window into the vehicle. This is all filled. I love doing this kind of sketching, by the way. This is really powerful, just to be able to think in 3D and shape it out the way you want it to be. And just like before, we're not going to use any of this. This is just to get us thinking about what their shapes are going to be like. But we're building it up. So he's got a viewport there. I mean, he's got a screen too, so it won't be a big deal. And that's definitely going to be covered with some kind of a view thing. So it's going to do that. And then, let's see, fill the top in. So that's our pod. And you can fill in the back too. And the bottom. very quickly just to see kind of where we want to be. Give that a bit more out. And see, we're in space, so there's no need for wings, but they do look cool. Same with fins. So um, if we're going to give it engines, we're going to probably do like that, right? Kind of coming up the front. And we're going to want some kind of a thruster down here as well for maneuverability. And these really should be on rotating things so that we can adjust it around. And because, we're going to keep going this way till the engines flip and then retro rockets fire. And maybe from just this would be cool perspective, I give it something like that. I don't know what it's going to do. Does it need a fin? It's kind of 70s looking though. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe not. But I do want it to be something more than just a cockpit. Like right now it's kind of like a skull in space, which is okay, but I think we need something more than that. So maybe in this situation, let's pull the move tool out and see what we get. Maybe we do something like that, and then like that. And now it's a banana in space. No. Um, Space Banana 1 to Space Banana 2. What can we do to it to make it less banana? I mean, we can obviously start adjusting things like that just to play with the shape. Sometimes it's just, if it's too something, just adjust the silhouette. Now it's Space Squid. Um, but okay. Not hating the idea. I think I can live with it. And now it's definitely Space Squid. Pull that down longer. I don't know why, but I mean, there's no reason not to. We need to give it some kind of something to make sense. Although this can be, form over function if we want it to be. There's no reason it has to be anything other than cool looking. So if that's going to be cool looking for us and we're kind of coming in, it's kind of got that like, I don't know, the Thor Dark World Dark Elf kind of vibe going on to it for me, which despite the fact that I don't really think much of the movie, I did kind of like those ships. So we were there. Yeah. All right, so if that's going to be our our design, let's give it a quick save. And now let's decrease its res even more. It does not need to be, in any way pretty. Let's see. I don't want to move it that way. I want to rotate it so it's still, yeah, it's still on the axis. Okay, so now we need to decide if we're going to build onto it or if we're going to dupe it and recreate it. I think we'll build onto it. I mean, we will dupe it either way. Um, let's rotate back over to the front. And then we will take the first one and move it off. So we can keep looking at it, but now I have this one to sculpt on and our symmetry is still right on it. Okay, so let's see, a couple of things we could do with this one. I mean, first thing, we could just start smoothing these parts down to kind of make it feel like a hull. Maybe we'll start there. Am I not centered? I am not centered. Oh well. Okay. Can we move it so that we're centered? Let's see. How we're going to do that is we're going to do a new layer. And we're going to throw that up there. So we have something to justify it against. Now let's move this layer until it lines up. Not exactly. Oh, can I just center it? Let's see if that'll work. No. No, I think we're going to rebuild it because I think it's just going to be annoying. Now I think we have. So we're just going to make it all over again, but based on our thing that we have here. So let's bring him around. New layer. Oh, damn it. Okay. Okay. Delete layer 2. Delete layer 3. Rotate so we're vertical again. Right. Reasonably vertical along the axis. Okay. So that's no big deal. Just start over again. Let's start thinking about the base shape of this, and this time we won't put the dude inside. It's never actually a bad idea to do it this way because it forces you to do more than just happy accents. Like you actually have to think a little bit of what you're going to be building when you do it this way, which is cool. Pull that out. And pull this down. And there's our basic banana shape. Then we were going to pull those out there, that out there, that kind of out like that. And pull that down. It's not going to be exactly the same, but this also lets us does let us find some happy accents. Then we're going to bring out that shape there because this is our pod. And then same in the back here. Bring it out so that we have a rough ship shape that we're going to use. And this was really rough, so I'm not worried about not doing it exactly. I kind of want it to feel right, but I did kind of like that, though. Can I do it? Ooh, that's kind of cool. Set that down. That's kind of cool. All right. So this is our new pod shape. And if we look at this guy, we had him kind of coming straight, and we've gone out a lot more. Maybe we blow that up a bit too. And then smooth our shape. Pull this out more. Okay. All right. So now, for our basic shape, we can decide what we want to model on it first. I think I want to make the cockpit area because it's not something I do a lot. And yeah, I'm still doing on that layer. I'll erase him later instead of. Okay. Okay, so new. And I want some kind of a shape here that I can actually like model some glass looking in things into or something like that. And I'm not sure exactly what that's going to look like yet. I could just use something like this. And then take the move tool, active layer only, bring up the inner radius. And can I kind of warp that into where it touches more to our base form? And would it be better for me to do solid instead of... It's kind of a neat idea, but I don't think it's going to work. I need it to be solid because I don't actually want there to be a hole there. But do I have another form like that I could do? Let's see. No, it's just a wireframe. It's cool that we're going to use it. Wing. Does have a solid to it? This does have a solid to it. This might be just the thing. I think that might be just what we're looking for. Can we pull it around a little bit now? Yep. Yep. In and in. Maybe not quite so hard. And radius down. I don't know. Maybe. Could be something good. Could be something bad. I think we're going to need to frame the outside of it, but I think that will give me a layer that I can use as glass, essentially, just to show the cockpit. So let's bust it to a new layer now. I haven't increased the res yet because I'm doing all right with this one. I might at some point need to, but I've not yet. Can we essentially just kit bash this crap into place? Probably. That looks too much like a mustache. Now he's got buck teeth. No. Let's change the shape up. Maybe we go to continuous. We fill that space there. It's kind of cool. And fill that space there. Oh, I'm liking this, yes. That last one might be a little too pillar looking. That's better. Just giving it a face now, essentially, which is, all right. We're gonna distort it more, I think. So that's kind of neat, how it has very much a face shape to it. Not that though. Go to a different one. Let's go with this round one. See what we get here. Um, so my friend Tom Scholes is doing this thing called May Sketch a Day, which to like fight off the fear of failure. And I feel like this is kind of the same kind of thing for me here. It's like I often have this weird aversion to just making a stroke without a line constraint or a single. And it's like you can just paint in this stuff and fight that fear of failure, that somehow failure is wrong, because it's not. Failure is awesome for this kind of thing. All right, that's a very different shape than I was planning on, but I kind of like it. So I'm gonna go to the new layer now, just to keep my options open later when I texture it easier. Um, what's that wireframe? I liked this wireframe thing here too. Um, can I? It's further forward than I wanted it. It's another one of those. It's gonna go where I. There we go. It's kind of a strange. Wire shape. And there. Okay. I'm on. Actually, let's undo that. Place it here. Let's go to single just to be accurate. Now is the time. Much as I say, do your own thing, sometimes you want to just get it right. And then move. And bring it in. Ooh, cool. Can I do the same? No, don't want to do that. There. It's cutting it there, which I don't like, but we can fill that with just another form right now. Let's go back to something like this. Shrink it down. Paste it in. Okay. It's kind of interesting. Again, not at all what I was thinking when I started. So we are accepting that the happy accidents happen. Um, and we'll work with that. We're using this as a basis, but it's not actually going to turn out to look like that, which is fine. Go back to continuous. Give me a straight thing. And can I just draw along the top like that? No, I don't want quite that. I like that little tweak at the end I did not want. All right. It's got a very Baroque kind of look to it. And I mean, I love myself some 40K, so I won't argue too much with that. Um, so now we've gone from like 2001 to Warhammer, but hey, let's throw some engine parts in here now. Go back to our. I just like this part, and I'm sure I'm gonna get sick of it, or I'm gonna use it in just too many designs, and I'm gonna have to adjust. But right now, I just really like that part. Um, some engines and clay, and I said we're going to do the same thing. We need to have some lower engines down here. I'm just going to single it. Single and stretch. I'm going to high res it up a bit. Just one. Single and stretch. Now, it's unclear how those would rotate. Those look like back thrusters. So maybe if that's gonna be our back thruster, maybe we want just something out here, be down there, that we could rotate on. So clay tool, mechanical, we'll grab something that looks like a part we could rotate on. Throw it in, a bit bigger. Not quite, almost though, a bit bigger. No. Yes, okay, something like that. And then we'll put something like this on it. It's actually kind of cool just for shape. And then something like that. So those are our like retro rockets or whatever. And then we will simulate them as here as well. Doing that there just to make the shape consistent. So, and move tool. No. No, let's leave it alone. We'll just leave it like that. Maybe we'll put something to connect that there. Clay. Yeah. Handlebars. Okay. And there, some kind of a pipe thing. Okay. All right, so we've got our engine shapes on there. I want to do something a little more in here. It needs to kind of, so we look back at this and there's a huge concentration of detail here. It's very complex. And it's a little too empty up there still. New layer. I'll increase the res, so it must be higher. And let's see what we can do to fix that. Am I in my shape? No, bring it forward. Okay. Okay, move tool. Let's give it some shapes. It doesn't have to be complicated, but I want to give it a little bit of that. And I need a little bit of that sort of ribbing form there too. Let's try our handlebars. Continuous. This time I will put a line constraint on it. Line it up down the center. I want to try and stay more even than that, but yes. Actually, even though it's not even at all, it's kind of cool. Just going fast like that gave it some shapes, and it a little bit replicates that without being too in your face. So I'm gonna throw a bit there and a bit there. Yeah, liking it. Maybe even up here at the top. So there's our bottom form. I'm thinking that's pretty good. So now we need to do with our starfish crown part up here at the top, which is just admittedly looking kind of silly. Um, I mean, it is what it is, but we can, you know, see what we can get out of it. And I feel good about it. I think we're going to get something that won't look silly, but right now it looks kind of silly. Let me, it's a good angle to paint with for me here. Move tool. There we go. Baroque as hell. I don't know what it is. It almost looks organic. That's kind of cool. Get in. This is like some kind of Valerian spaceship, maybe. I know that movie didn't do well, but it was pretty. I mean, it had some of the best concept artists in the world working on it for a year, so um, it's fun to look at. The story, well, I mean, you can't you can't win them all. I wish you could. Um, I think that often as a designer, you make something as cool as you can, and then you just hope that the director doesn't fuck it up, or that their vision matches what you think is cool. Um, and it was pretty. So, okay, so we got that. We're just adding more visuals. This is very mechanical. That's very organic. So let's make this a little bit more mechanical looking up here too. Select this part here. This is my cockpit often. It's kind of cool looking. Let's see what happens if we move it. In. Cool. No, not quite. No, no, no. I probably should have done this on its own layer. Yeah, we'll just leave it. Okay, maybe we'll do another one. Clay. And we'll go to continuous this time. But we'll leave off line constraint. And we'll shrink it down. Kind of neat. The back will have to work on, but it's kind of cool. Gives it more of a mechanical vibe to it. Again. Yeah. Maybe. No. I don't think I want that either. There we go. Get rid of that. Okay. Ring thing there. Okay. Yeah, that's a creepy, weird looking ship, man. Some kind of junker thing now. And we got the ship ass, which we have to fix. You cannot have a ship ass like that. It'll cover its butt. And let's see what happens if we take it down and we go. Kind of lagged out a bit. Which reminds me, let's save. Let's just see how many polys we're at. 12 mil. Okay, we can live. Let's go to a new piece now. A hatch thing. Let's give this dude a hatch there. New layer. And single. Fine. Okay. Move tool. paste it in place. So it's kind of like, you see what we do? You make a shape, and then you push and pull it till it fits where you want it to be. And now it's kind of even. I'm like, I hate that. We're going to fix that. Clay, I think we're actually just going to go square and cut into it, but not that much. But yes, that's what we're going to do. Sometimes cut-ins are just as important as build-outs. In fact, let's cut into layer 1. Make that shape more mechanical, a little bit more aggressive feeling. Yeah, that works for me. The same thing here. Not that though. Too much. Still too much. Okay. We need to work on this back area here right now to fill that, make it look less weird. Let's do that. Go back to, this is the hull layer, the door layer. Okay. Grab a new shape. Let's do that shape. And select it. And fill it. And fill it. There we go. Now, I could let it be bigger than that, but I think we'll cut in there. Yeah, let's see if we can smooth it better. Okay. So we filled that. Now let's fill that. With, I think we're just gonna go, yep, we're gonna do that. At this stage of the game, we don't really want a lot more plates and that kind of thing. But some pipes, that's a little too on the nose. That's better. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Liking it, liking it, liking it. And sure. I want to give it a little bit more things here. Let's see if we can. Does it look cool if we do that, or is it too low res from where we were playing with? It's pretty low res. I don't think we can do it this time, so that's fine. Use that shape. Fill it in. Fill it in. Yeah, that's feeling good to me. So let's look what we got. We have some very weird looking thing, but no one ever said it had to be an Earth ship. It's kind of got an Aztec feel to it that I dig, though. Let's see. Can I do? I want to just do a straight line. Maybe that again. Get me off. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's got like an Aztec vibe to it. It's got a very sort of, you know, non-European look, at least in my opinion. And frankly, I get tired of European things every time. So, I'm gonna be happy anytime that happens. Let's see. Quick save. We were definitely influenced by our start in Sketch, but we didn't follow it exactly. Um, let's try move, turn off active layer only. Let's see what happens if we do we want to do that? No. No, I think we like it. Maybe pull it back a little there. All right. And pull that out just a little bit there. Just pushing and pulling the shapes a little bit to make things more dynamic. I think I pulled the engine there, though. I don't want to do that. Yeah. Yeah, I'm giving it a bit of a butt, but um, just just seeing how do we feel, you know, if we don't limit ourselves entirely. That's cooler. Yeah, I like that. Um, it's strange when you change the shapes of sometimes it feels like it has more intent than if you just left it how it was originally, at least to me. Um, yeah. That's a very strange looking ship. But but it'd be neat to show a director or somebody and be like, yeah, it doesn't have to look like it was built by the United States Army all the time. If this is the far future, this is Valerian. We've had 500 years of cross pollination with different species. Everything's not going to look like the space shuttle anymore, right? And the director's going to go, but people want to see something they recognize. And I'm going to go, yeah, you're right. As long as it doesn't look like Thundercats roar, I don't care. So, so as long as it doesn't look like roar, life is good. Um, boosting it out a little bit. Um, there we go. Yeah, I like those little round shapes. They're simple, but they kind of work. Let's see if we can have them kind of there too. Feel like vents or something. I kind of like that smoothness there and the straight against curve. And yeah, maybe a little something right here. Can I just give him a dot? Let's see. Yep, that worked. Um, that's exactly what I wanted. Maybe there we go. So now he's got a whole see the whole thing. Um, quick save. While I'm on layer one, it is time for this to go away. We no longer need it. Save the polys. Um, yeah. All right. So there is a very Baroque, kind of strange one-man spacecraft. Um, it meets the needs I was going for. Maybe I want a little something here. Um, ooh, I was not thinking that, but that's kind of cool. Oh, that cutaway view is neat. Let's go back here. I want to fill it in just a tad, but that's cool. Always leave yourself open to happy accidents. Cause yeah, that turned out neat. Um, Liking it. Mm. Yeah. Girlfriend is again making fun of me. That's life. But I think this is working for what I wanted it to be. I think we need to take it into Keyshot and maybe even 3D coat to get it a good kind of paint job. Um, fill that in there, yeah. And I think that could give us something pretty cool. Um, Save it and export, and we're still only at 13 mil polys. It's not too bad. I wonder if can I export UVs to do that? I wonder if it exports UVs at this. That would be cool if it did. Um, I've never tried this before. I don't have any textures yet, but um, let's see. If it gives me UVs already, that would be awesome because then I could take it into Substance Painter and do cool things with it without having to jump through 3D code to UV it, unwrap it first. Um, well, I'll figure that one out and we'll know going forward. So yeah, this has been our ship design. Thanks for hanging out with me. Tell all your friends. I do this basically every morning at about 10 a.m. Pacific time, unless something comes up, and then I'll post on the channel that it'll be different. But normally 10 a.m. and then afterward I save these up to YouTube so you can watch them indefinitely if you feel like it. Thanks a lot. Like I said, I'll post up the final on Instagram and Facebook in maybe about an hour. All right, take care. Later.